Hello. Hello. So yeah, I have this little cute little background, and you can tell I'm not a supersonic green screener right now. I am using a virtual background because I have to go back and do the lesson on how to do the green screen. Exactly. I have an idea, and it's just one more step I need to learn. So bear with me for today. It actually looked pretty good today, but now that the light is coming up in my room, then I have a little bit of shadows. But this is my background. I'm doing for out school, I'm doing like baby animals math class. So I pulled this one up for the Valentine's kind of theme for this week. And so I figured I'd use it today. So hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. And so, yeah, so here we are. It's Saturday, February 6th? Yeah, so February. So we had some snow this week. We had a really big, well, it was supposed to be a really big snowstorm, but it only ended up like 6 inches. But it was pretty thick snow when it was coming down, so it seemed like it was going to be a lot. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So this year has not been too bad for the snow, although it's been cold some days, but we usually get a break. Like if it's cold for really, really cold a couple days, then it kind of warms up enough so that we can, enjoy it. It's not too much snow. And I'm going skiing this week. I'm looking forward to it. So skiing is so expensive. I used to go skiing when I was younger, and with a big family, I just decided that skiing was going to be sort of out of the question because bringing 13 kids skiing would be a little much on the pocketbook, right? So now I have two kids at home, one kid that's 18, and she could pay for her own ticket. So we're going to go skiing, and that will be it for me for Thursday. And then my boys are going to get one other day. So they got buy 5 tickets, and they got the 6th one free as homeschoolers. And they also have like a homeschooler discount for the winter. So that was kind of a bonus for them homeschooling this year. They had never been skiing and they really loved it. So a friend of mine took them up skiing, and I thought, this will make it a good year, right? After all we've been through, they can enjoy something like it. Skiing is just amazing. The day I went last couple weeks ago was just perfect. It was a perfect day. So I'm hoping the same will happen this week. So hello, Luann. Good morning. Just popping in to say hello before my you have a late class. Awesome. And hello, Stephanie. Thank you for coming. And Jason, thank you for coming. I think we are on Sunday and during this coming week. Oh, you're getting some snow. Okay. Great. We're getting some tonight. Awesome. Aren't you guys lucky? Hello, Kathy Kelly. It's good to see you. Now, you were making a sweater, right? Did you finish it? I can't remember if you had said you finished it or not. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. And so my classes have gone pretty well so far. I'm still getting booked. I know I see people that are saying they're not getting booked and bad things are happening in VIP Kid world. So far, so good for me, which is a blessing. And I've gotten some short notice bookings as well. Like sometimes people cancel. Today I had a short notice trial. So that's been good. I've been getting some short notice bookings. Can you hear me okay? I'm actually trying a new microphone that I got. I forgot to ask you is this better? I don't know how close I need to put it to my mouth. I don't want to put it too close. But I'm trying this fancy wancy microphone that I got from my husband actually got it for me. So I'm trying to see if it's working, how well it's working, and all that kind of stuff. So let me know in the chat box if it's working or not working. Almost done with the sweater. Awesome. So, so I just wanted to let you know that things are going well with my bookings, and I hope things are going well with yours. I am doing Out School as well. I have been opening Go Kid on Sundays, but they haven't been booking, so I'm not worried about it because I kind of wanted to take Sundays off anyway. So I'm doing fine. I'm doing as much as I can do. And without school, I really do enjoy it. And I'm teaching. I have one girl in my baking bread class. And I have 3 knitting sections that are open. One is full, and 2 other ones have just like 1 student. And then I also teach beginner first grade math. And so far, I have Evelyn's daughter, and I have my granddaughter in there, and a friend. So I haven't gotten any other people from Out School booked into that class, but it's been fun, and I'm thankful that I have the chance because I am doing some awesome, cool new technology. And so when you do new technology, it's nice to have people that are willing to put up with your newness, right? So, and this week I also learned something really cool. How many of you have an iPad? Okay, I know that I think maybe all of you in the chat box have an iPad that you use as a backup. And I'm telling you, I like to use it off to the side with my rewards. And so what I do is I have ManyCam, and I switch from ManyCam. Jason says, me too on the teacher no show. I took a nap yesterday. Oh no. A teacher no show. Oh, so sorry, Luann. I got a teacher no show because I'm exhausted. Well, you know what? You're exhausted. Give yourself a break, right? Yeah. And I have not been opening night bookings because I'm pretty well fried. Although Monday night I do the knitting class for adults, and I had one student last week, which actually she was my neighbor. It was kind of funny. She lives about a mile away, and we were on Zoom. So that was kind of weird, but hey, she wants to learn to knit, and we did it. And I had other people that were going to come, and people canceled out at the last minute, which is fine. So she learned, and actually I need to get her some knitting needles. I told her she could borrow some. And so, yeah, so I got ManyCam, and I've been wanting to learn this for a long time. So I have ManyCam, and I did Amanda Panda's ManyCam kindergarten. Wow, that was a great deal. I can't remember how much I paid for that, but I paid maybe $65 or something she charged for the self-study. And then she also had 3 weeks of guests, special guests who came in and showed even more technique and everything. She really put a lot of work into that. So when she offers it again, if you guys want to do ManyCam, you should definitely do it. She had a self-study class, and she also had like a in-person class. I'm not exactly sure how that went. I think Casey was in that one. But the self-study class was amazing. And if she offers it again, she allowed me to be an affiliate. So oh yeah, Lisa, you were going to come, right? So that's okay. I'm going to do it every Monday night at 7. So you can come whenever you're ready. Let me know, and I'll send you the Zoom link. I'm not going to put the Zoom link public because too many bad things happen. So I just want to make sure I know you want to come. If you don't hear from me, send me a message and reach out if you want to come, and I'll send you the link. But if you want to do Amanda Panda's kindergarten, you can use the coupon code CindyB, and she even allowed me to be an affiliate. So I got some of the money I paid into it, I got back because a couple people used my name to do the ManyCam, which is really cool because I don't even know who they were. They must have watched my videos. And that was really cool that I got paid money because I had Amanda on my channel, and I mentioned it a couple times, and some people used my code, so I made some of the money back. But it was definitely worth the money, okay? So if you think, I can learn ManyCam on my own, which I did a lot of learning it on my own, and I actually have learned more technique than what I actually learned in the class, like other things. But there's lots of little things that I learned from them that I didn't know, that I wouldn't have known otherwise. So it was definitely worth the money. And then she also has a Facebook group that you can be a part of to get help, which really helped me because I got this massive, really fun uh, magic mouse. It's not a magic mouse, it's like a gaming mouse, and it has these buttons on the side. And I bought it. It was only like $35. But what happens is you can program it so that you can go to the different pictures in your ManyCam feed. And so this is cool because during class, you have, if you want to switch from one video to another. Oh, I like how that one looks. Okay, so you kind of program it so you can go from one to the other. So this is how I do it. I have my iPad set up on the side, and then I have it small in one window. They call them presets. And I have it big in the other preset. So I can show the kids the reward big, or I can show it small, or I can also go to this preset, which has nothing. And so it just makes it a little nicer so I don't have to move the mouse around. I can leave the mouse on the screen. So if that's what you're aspiring to, it's really fun. It's not necessary at all, but it's really fun. But I've also been using it for OutSchool because in OutSchool, I also use my iPad on the side to show I have a whiteboard. Now this reward that I have on my iPad right now, okay, I'm going to go to number 4. Okay, this is a drawing reward, and this is on stars to apples. And you have like 8 things. So I just wanted to show people this drawing reward. Stars to apples. Lisa sent that cat gift to her brother for his birthday. That's cute. Okay, so if you have the Stars to Apples app, you can use this for VIP Kid. You can use this for OutSchool. You could use this like for your kids at home to play a game. I mean, there's a lot on the app that you can use it for. But if you type in drawing reward in the you go to Google Pages that you get on their Facebook group, you can get drawing rewards. And so number 1 is this, number 2 is this, number 3. So it gives you steps. So you could use this in many ways in your classroom. Like you could use this during the class, every so many minutes you do part of the drawing reward. Or you could do, like today, I had a student who finished his assessment early. And so we did this on the blank slide and we talked about all the different parts of the cat. And then this was the picture at the very end. So if you want to do drawing rewards, this is a really great resource to find step-by-step drawings if you're not a great drawer like me. Artist, I mean. So yeah, so I'm not the greatest artist, but I can follow the steps. And I like having that steps, step by step. And the kids really enjoy it. So I've used this in OutSchool. I've also used this for VIP Kid. And so it's a really great resource. You can use it like me on your iPad like this, or you can do a drawing reward and just use your whiteboard if you don't have any, background. You could even have a whiteboard behind you and just draw it right on your whiteboard and have the kid draw it on. Now, I also have on my iPad here, I have different I don't know. My apps are all mixed up. This page has my VIP Kid, Stars to Apples, Google Slides, and it has my whiteboard. So I have like a chalkboard that looks like this. So I can switch and I have a big chalkboard like that. Or I also have a whiteboard that is white, and then you can use different markers. Like I could use red. I can use blue, I can use green, and black. So I can draw things that way. I can draw like smaller lines, even fine lines. There's so much. And there's an eraser. Oh, cool. Could do a lot with that just for fun. Maybe make a letter and then have them trace on it. Okay, and so that erases it. Cool. So I have a regular whiteboard. Now with stars to apples, it's really cool because when you go to this in the corner, I don't know if you can see it. You can't really see it right here. You can't see it on your screen because it's up too high. But if you look, I can make this bigger, I think. If you look way up in the corner of this stars to apples, you see like a little pencil right there. And you can click on that pencil and then you have an instant whiteboard right on your screen. I love it. I use this all the time. So, and it's really easy, like it's not majorly techy. I like having my whiteboard or my iPad next to me rather than switching screens and sharing screens and stuff like that. Although I do some sharing screens also. But, oh, hello, Charlesy. Awesome. Thank you for coming. So this is a really good technique. Like even if you're doing a video, you're doing a video and you want to show somebody something. What I have is I have my iPad hooked up to my computer and I can make it big like that or I can make it small like this using ManyCam. And it's a great resource. Now I could also go to I could show a video. Like I've done this with my knitting. I showed a knitting video during the knitting class because it was clearer that way than me showing on the camera. I played a game like using Canva. This was really fun. You can play a game on here also. This is a game that I had right here. You could do this on this thing, or you could also do this one by sharing your screen. Like you can move these little dogs around. And so I could just make this. This is like a touch screen. So I can make it small like that. And I can also make it big like this. So, I have to play with it ahead of time and have it all set up. So I'm just kind of doing it impromptu right now. My computer can't handle ManyCam. Yeah. So even if you can't do ManyCam, you can hook up your iPad and you can use another app like CamTwist or OBS. I think it's OBS. Yeah, OBS. So you can still hook up your iPad, or you can also use it like as a separate device. Like right now, I could sign into StreamYard with my iPad and with my computer, and then I could put it on. I have to have like a mirror screen. There's ways of doing it, but you have to kind of if you really want to. If you want to, you can figure it out. It took me a long time to figure out how to program this mouse. This was not programmable this was not compatible with the MacBook. And I got a MacBook Pro, and I forgot when I bought the mouse that you have to remember that there are certain things that they say the Mac doesn't play nicely with other types of things, And so I went onto a MacBook Pro Facebook group and I asked them, and someone told me to download an app. It's called Steer Mouse. So I went ahead and did that. And so you have to download. What do I do? I went to my MacBook Pro. I pressed in this thing, and then you get some settings. And then you have to set you set ManyCam to certain settings. And then you have to set Steer Mouse, hook it up to this, and then there's other settings. So there's like 2 different groups of settings that you have to set up. And it took me a while to figure it out, but I figured it out. And that's all I really wanted to do was flip from one screen to the other. which makes it nice because like here I am on the number 3, and then I go to number 4 and I have what's on my iPad. I go to number 5 and that's what's on my iPad, but smaller. But then if I go to the first screen, this is what I use in my classroom as a welcome screen. And I can tailor make a welcome screen for any situation. Like I could do it for out school, or I could do it for, any situation. Like if I'm teaching a class on how to use the iPad, which I may do soon. So, you can just set up anything. It's within ManyCam. And then that way you can, switch what they call presets. And then it's just a technique that makes your going from one to the other easier. So for out school, I'm using it for games or just showing the kids stuff or flashcards. I have all of my designs are right here. So like I do a class with baby animals on it. So I can kind of I have some slides that I'm doing. Let's see. You have to put it in what they call presenter mode. Present. So then it makes it big on your screen. And I get this done ahead of time, so I'm not fiddling around, hopefully. I have done a little fiddling around in front of the students because it's all new. But then you can just touch it and you can switch the screen. And I could also make it bigger. So then I have like my math facts like this. And with ManyCam, you can actually write on this. So I could do 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 1 is 3. And then I could even like erase one of them. I press the eraser and then I could say, okay, they know that one, so I'll erase that one. And then I can leave some up and erase some, that kind of thing, so they could play a game with it that way. So then I just have different screens and different slides that go along with the lesson, and I kind of switch from one to the other. So if you're interested in learning any of these things, just let me know. I can help by making some videos or point you to a video or something like that. But I did want to show you the drawing rewards because some people that are in my iPad group, when you use an iPad for teaching, you can't use all the digital rewards. Hi, Rebecca. But there are a lot of 2D rewards you can use. You can use the digital rewards if you hold it up to the camera with your phone or with your iPad. Some people put like a screen behind them. Could be an iPad or a larger screen that they can put their digital rewards on. Even though they're on the iPad, they could still use a digital reward in another way. It doesn't have to be through your screen on your computer. And so, but Google Slides are really fun. And this right here is made with Canva, and it was a lot of fun. Oh, I took it off. It was a lot of fun to make. So what I'm doing with each lesson is I'll kind of modify this lesson and then add to it or take away from it as we need to with that group of kids. So it's a lot of fun. It's been fun to learn all the different techniques and things that we can do. I haven't seen the drawing rewards on Stars to Apples. Oh, okay. Yeah, I really like them. I actually have some drawing rewards that I saved out. I printed them off. I have a bunch of them. These are really fun. I think I have them on my iPad group in the files. But these are like all done with a circle. So you start out with a circle and then you make different things, all of them with a circle. So I use these in a lot of different ways. I do have a video on these that's kind of old. It's in the archives. So these are really fun because they start out with a circle. And I think I might have gotten these either on Pinterest or just Google drawing rewards, or look on Pinterest and say drawing rewards or 5-step drawings, things like that. And you can find those. And those are really fun. And sometimes I'll do the reward, every 5 minutes I'll draw something, or I might have the kid draw as well. The kid, I'll say, draw a circle, and they draw a circle. I'll say, draw this, and then they draw that. And at the end of class, we compare drawings. And sometimes I'll say, what is it? Because you can't really tell what it is until the very end. So I kind of save that for a surprise. They don't really know what it is. So yeah, those are really fun. And I love drawing rewards. There's a period of time I did drawing rewards like every day for every class, for everything. And I really enjoyed it. It was simple, fun. The kids loved it. It kept the kids engaged. Manicam can be simple or complicated. I am still discovering tricks with it, and I have had it since November. Yeah. So I was sharing that I went to Amanda Panda's Manicam kindergarten, and I have learned a lot. Like, I downloaded Manicam at Thanksgiving when they had the special, like, Black Friday special, and I just started playing with it. And that's what I did, is I started out really easy, and there's a free version, so you can get the free version and just kind of do one thing at a time until you are more comfortable with different things. And even though you know a lot, when it comes right down to it, you can only do so much in one class, right? So even though you know a lot and you have a lot of capabilities of doing it, there's only so much you can do in a class. So I like to experiment with the background. Like right now, I'm kind of green because I'm using the virtual background feature rather than the green screen, because I'm still working on the lighting in this room. So it kind of gives me a little bit of shadows on here. And when the light comes up, it's a little different. So I got to get some new curtains and things like that. So I have plans, because now with Manicam, I actually also like decluttering, getting rid of things that I haven't used, either packing them up or putting them aside, maybe give them to someone else. I'm not exactly sure. But I'm also decluttering and just kind of organizing, and, since I have a lot on the Manicam, I don't have to like create backgrounds and all that stuff. I've done drawing rewards that start with numbers. Yeah, that sounds like fun too. And the kids, I find the kids are really creative. Like most of my students love to draw, so they have no problem with drawing rewards. They actually like it. They can draw better than I can, actually. But yeah, so those are the things that I'm doing. I have an errand to do before Casey's live. Catch you later. Yeah, so at 11 o'clock Eastern, Casey Oswald is going to have every Saturday she does a outschool collaboration, and most of the time I try to be there. And so Kelly's looks like she's going to be there. And today we're going to talk about, I can't even remember, evaluations. I can't remember exactly what we're going to talk about today, but check that out today at 11. And also, if you are interested in knitting, and my knitting class is Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And it's open to all levels. Like, I have friends that love to knit and they want to be a part of it. And then there's other people that are new and they want to learn. I have a friend that wants to learn the magic loop method, which is you're going to, instead of like knitting something flat and sewing it together, you kind of use a circular needle thing and you knit it together like this. So this is a hat that I'm working on. And you can also do that with anything. Like, instead of knitting with 4 needles, you can knit in the round with the magic loop method. So if there's a technique that you want to learn, then we can either learn it together or I will teach you, help you, whatever. So if you're interested in coming, that's adults on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I also have some knitting classes open for kids, and I also have a math with baby animals class on OutSchool. Have you made socks? Yes, I have made socks. I have made socks, but it's been a long time. They're not impossible, like they're not majorly difficult. It's the problem is it takes time sitting down knitting, right? So I'm the kind of person, when I made the socks, I was sitting more, like sitting while the kids read or sitting while we watch a TV show. So once I went to school and I was teaching school at the brick and mortar school, I hadn't made socks since then. But yes, and that's where I learned the magic loop method. And yeah, so if you want to make socks, I have a friend that just learned how to knit and she wants to learn how to make socks. That's her goal. So yeah, it's a challenge. Socks are a challenge. And when I made my first sock, I had a friend that kind of coached me through. And now we have videos, right? We can get a lot of videos off of YouTube and stuff. My other baby sweater I am doing right now is Magic Loop. That is a big learning curve to learn how to use those needles. Yeah, I learned, my friend who is part of the knitting class, she didn't come last week, but hopefully she'll be able to come. She's the one who challenged me, and she challenged me. I kind of had forgot about it, but I was looking on my Ravelry account, and she challenged me to make 2 socks at the same time on the Magic Loop. That was a challenge. So I made those for my son who was in the Army at the time. And I don't know what he did with them. So I was looking on, do you guys know about Ravelry.com? So that's where you can go and you can share your knitting projects, and you can also see what other people knit. And so I was looking through my projects. I'm like, oh, I remember that. Like, you have to have 2 balls of sock yarn, and then they're both on the needle at the same time. So you knit across one sock, then you knit across the other sock, and then you keep going around. It's kind of a challenge. I think the biggest challenge is keeping the yarn from tangling up. So it was interesting. It was quite, I guess I just always am looking for a challenge, right? Whatever it might be, whatever circle I'm in. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I think that's all I have for today to talk about. So this week, I am going to, making 2 is easier at the same time. That way they're the same size. Yeah, that might be true. But it wasn't, I don't think it was easier. But they might be the same size. They're more likely to be the same size, but I don't think it's really easier, honestly. But it was interesting. I don't know if I'd want to do it again on it. I just didn't really like, you're always like untangling the yarn. That part I didn't really like. So that you did take time doing that. So yeah. Oh, I wanted to show you one more thing. I don't know if you guys already do this, but I kind of had a cool moment that I thought I would share you guys. Do you guys use your iPad for a calendar? That is a really great thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to go to preset 4, and I have a 3 right there. So I'm going to erase that 3. So I thought it was really cool that I have my calendar on my iPad, and I have my OutSchool classes on there. I can put my appointments on there. I can hook it to my phone. So when I set an appointment, it goes on to my iPad. And so these are my classes and my appointments and anything else I want to put on there. Birthdays, holidays. So I thought that was really cool. So you just press on it, and it's a Google Calendar. And so you can do it by the month or the week. So this is cool. It's color coded by the week. February. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, we don't have a dentist appointment. Okay, so we can go to the next week. There we go. So this has my classes and also the the black is my son's class. And so I can load up my out-school classes on there as well that are hopefully booking. So the other one is like all the classes that I had possible. Some of them didn't book. So yeah, so I just thought I would show that. That's a really cool way to use your iPad. And sometimes we think that, you know, we'll have the iPad as a backup for VIP Kid, but you can also teach on your iPad for OutSchool. You can teach on your iPad for OutSchool. It might not be your first preference if you have other things that you want to do digitally. But if you're in an emergency, you could switch to your iPad real quick. You can also use it for rewards, and you have a calendar. So lots of things you can do with that thing, right? Making videos on the iPad is really easy too. And it's, I don't know, some ways I think it's easier than doing it on the computer. But anyway, that's what I have for you today. So thank you guys for coming, and I hope to see you around. And let me know if you want to come to the knitting class. And don't feel bad if you are busy. I'm just planning on doing it each Monday night. That way you know it's there, and at any time you want to jump in, just let me know. And I will see the rest of you around. Have a great day.